I had a really, really nice time back home. But today I'm here to talk to you about 2016 and what that meant to Sew Over It and all the things that we've done. And I like to do this for us as a company because it's a really nice thing to look back at, hi Poppy, and see all the stuff that we've done. And last year I made the rookie mistake of not making a list. Sorry, I'm just checking I am recording. Of not making a list of everything. Alright, Poppy. I'm not making a list of everything that we did and then I forgot stuff. So I've got a list. I've got my notebook here, so I'm going to be referring to it as I go through this. And I've lit a fire, which at the moment just looks on the screen like a bright yellow light, but I've got the wood burner on, which is really lovely and warm. And my festive surroundings. Thought I should enjoy them whilst I can. So yeah, normally what I do in this video is I do a roundup of 2016 or the year that's just been, and then also again I then talk about 2017, so the next year. But this time I'm going to divide it into two videos. So this week I'm going to talk about 2016, as it's not quite yet 2017, and then next week I'll be talking about all the plans and exciting stuff we've got organised for you, and releases and things. So anyway, let me refer to my book. I should be able to remember everything. It's just so that I kind of talked about it in a logical order. So this year was, yeah, I think one of the, sort of to date, one of the most releases we've put out there. So we've had releases of printed pattern releases, online class, the ebook, and also the PDFs. So to talk first, so we had the printed patterns. So we started off and we had the Doris, which was a class before, and it was, yeah, really well received. I loved the Doris, and it was really funny when I was looking back at it. I was thinking, wasn't that last year? But it was this year. It was spring this year, yeah, it was a great one to get out there. And we did a shorter version for the pattern release, which is often what we do. We tried to have two versions. So we did a shorter version, and yeah, that was really cute, really nice looking. So yes, that was the Doris, and then later on we had the Rosie dress release, which was actually our 1950s summer dress, but I felt like that was just such a random, vague name. Unlike the 1940s tea dress, which is very specifically from the 1940s in that era, the 1950s summer dress wasn't particularly from that era, which is why we decided to change the name. And we'd already decided to change the name to Rosie, and then Rosie came and joined the company. So I think that was lovely timing, because then it feels like we've got a pattern named after her. So those are the two printed patterns. There was another printed pattern on the schedule to release, but unfortunately, because I was so sick with my morning sickness, things did get delayed, so we decided not to release the third pattern, and it will come next year instead. So those are the printed patterns. Then PDFs, we had the tulip skirt, the Susie blouse, Poppy play suit, Heather, and the pyjamas, I think. Yes. Oh, and the Betty add-on pack. And I think the two most popular out of those were the Betty add-on pack, which was just something that I thought of that, you know, it'd be nice, because I know when I was meeting people at shows and things, people were saying, oh, it'd be really nice, Lisa, if, you know, it was scooped out, because I have a full bust and I find it too high-necked. So it was just a kind of idea I got from working at the shows. And yeah, it was so popular, and it also kind of reinvented Betty, which was really nice to kind of give Betty another second push. And Betty, incidentally, has been the most popular pattern of the year. But also the Heather dress, oh my goodness, that completely took us by surprise how popular that was. I think because we released it at a perfect time of year when everyone just wanted to be wearing cosy, comfy knit dresses, and it kind of tailored to that. But yeah, we had no idea how popular that was going to be. And I've already spoken to customers who said, I've already made 3, and we've only had the, you know, when we had the pattern out for like a month. So yeah, I know exactly what you feel though about that, because I lived in that dress. At the moment it's not quite fitting me, but I lived in it for the first couple of months of the autumn. I absolutely loved it. It was just so comfy, but I didn't feel like it was too slouchy and kind of cash. So yeah, it was a good one. So that was the PDF releases. Then we had our online class, which was the ultimate guide to fitting and sewing trousers, and that was also a really big success, and a bigger success than we thought it would be. Yeah, it was great to see so many of you take that up, and in that pack you've got the ultimate trousers and the carry trousers, yeah, it was nice to have that new pattern, the carry trousers, out there, which were great trousers to wear in the summer. I wore them a lot, they were so cool, and nice to wear something in colourful rayons, like all those lovely rayons that we get in. It was nice to kind of have a pattern that was great for those, especially kind of as trousers. So yeah, it was good to see some loud carry trousers out there. And then the biggest success of the year was the ebook. So my Capsule Wardrobe City Break. And it's so funny, like when I come up with ideas, sometimes they feel, they're not ever forced, but sometimes I think, right, there's a gap here, I need to think of something that will fit into that gap. The ebook, and I can't remember when it came to me, but it was just a fleeting idea that came to me, came to me I think very early on in the year, and I just thought, I knew I wanted to get some more patterns out there that weren't so vintagey, that were a bit more everyday, and I wasn't sure how I could package them so that, you know, it wouldn't look strange next to our other patterns. So I was sort of thinking, oh, along those lines, what could I do? And then I thought of the idea of the capsule wardrobe. I was probably reading a magazine or something, because they're always going on about capsule wardrobes in magazines, and the idea came to me. And those patterns that I put in there, I mean, I thought a lot about the patterns that I was going to put in it, and I did, you know, it was quite a few months of like toying with different things and collating mood boards and various things like that. But yeah, I'm out of breath, pregnancy out of breath. But yeah, I was really pleased with the finished result with all of them, and I think what made that book was the way that all the clothes coordinated together. So I think we got the fabrics really right, but also the photo shoot. I think Kangen absolutely smashed that photo shoot in Paris. We were so lucky, and we really actually, like, if you think about it, we knew Paris to an extent. We knew roughly where we might go, but it was all dependent on weather, on like how the clothes would look. We hadn't photographed them yet, you know, there were so many kind of maybes and ifs and buts, and it just came together, you know, it was brilliant, and I literally, it looked so much better than I thought it was going to do, and I was so pleased, and the response from you guys was amazing, and also the response from people who aren't sewers, so friends or other people who follow us on Instagram that don't sew, but like they were just like, oh my goodness, I want all of those clothes. So I'm hoping it inspired some people to learn to sew, which is great, because that's what I do. I want to get more people inspired and show them that sewing is not a fuddy-duddy grandma skill, and that making your own clothes is really cool, and actually you can make some amazing things that are so much nicer than what you can buy in the shops. So that was the biggest success of the year by far. And then we also had, what did we do? We also had our exclusive kits. So that was nice to see those be really popular, and we've planned lots more for next year with different patterns as well. So yeah, that's been good to see those fly off the shelves, and we are going to try and do, well, we are definitely going to do more this time, because I know sometimes they sell out within a day, but this time we're going to do a lot more so they don't sell out so quickly. And what else? Let me refer to my notebook. Oh yeah, the new classes. So we have the intro to coats and also the Elsie dress, and both I tell you both of those are on the scheduled release list for patterns or something similar next year. So I think the coats, the Chloe coat, when we released that, out of all the patterns, sort of, because you know we release patterns as classes first. That was we had the most inquiries, like, please release this as a pattern. So we're working on that right now. I will talk to you about that next week. Also, the team has, like the Sew Over It team has got so much bigger. So I don't know, I guess because this year we've kind of, oh no, come on fire. My fire's like almost out. There we go. Come on, you can go. I'm yet to become the master of woodburners. So yeah, we basically, the team's we just need more people. And we've gone from a lot more part-time staff to full-time staff. So now, the people, those of us that run the company, so by run the company, I mean like do the admin, work in the shop, do social media, class stuff, all that kind of thing, all the behind the scenes stuff, put the patterns together, the production of that. There's 13 people. Not all of them are full-time, but there is a lot more people than there was last year. And then we have about 15 freelancers who teach. So Sew Over It team is a little army right now, and I think it all hit us when we were at this Christmas party. Sorry guys, my camera battery decided to go. But yeah, so what was really strange is at the Christmas party, and everyone turned up, and we're not usually, or we're never, all in a room together, and you suddenly see this is the team, and it's amazing. So yeah, that was really incredible to see how big we've grown. And also, what else have we done this year? We've had lots of events. So we went to the Handmade Fair again, which was great, and I did a Molly Makes mashup, and we also went to both knitting and stitching shows at Olympia and at Ali Pali. We've never done Olympia, but we will be doing it again next year. And we also did events for Topman, for Arcadia. We went to the Arcadia head offices and ran like big customisation days. We did events for Miss Selfridge, and I'm sure other people, but I just can't remember. But yeah, so that was fun. I love it when we go out and about and do those sorts of things. It's nice to get out of our shops and meet other people. Also though, the thing that's also really been a big change this year is we've had so many more followers. So whether that's on Instagram or whether that's on YouTube, so I think now it's about 17,500 subscribers on YouTube and about 33,000 followers on Instagram, compared to last year, which was less than half for both of those. So that's been lovely to see the support grow from you guys, and that's always so rewarding to see that, which is great. So yeah, it's been a very busy year, and I think next year will be equally busy, the business and personal, but I'll talk to you again about that next week. But yeah, we've packed in a lot, and there was going to be even more, but because we had to sort of hold back on one of those pattern releases, but actually I don't think we needed it. We had so much going on, there were so many things coming out. I didn't feel like there was a moment when we weren't really doing anything new, so we've managed to have something new come out pretty much every month, which was great, which was my aim for this year, was to have something new be released every month. So I'm really glad that we got there, and I'm really glad about the company. This is something that I said in a little speech that I gave at our Christmas party, that the company that we've become, so even though we've grown, we're obviously still a small company, but the atmosphere and the culture of Sew Over It is so supportive and caring, and everybody looks after everybody, and it's so nice. Like when a teacher's sick, another teacher who may have been at work all day, they'll give up their evening to cover, or another member of staff, maybe they're like really struggling because their workload's really full on, and another person will go, well, how can I help, what can I do? And I just think that kind of culture, it's not the norm in other businesses. It's certainly in other businesses that I worked for, it wasn't always like that, and I think that that's really special that we have that, and that everyone is so nice and supportive to each other, and I'm so happy that that's the kind of company Sew Over It's become. It makes me very, very happy. So yeah, 2016 has been a good year for the business. It's been our 5-year mark, and it's been amazing to get to that, because 5 years, I remember it was 1 year, can I get to 1 year without making the business bust? Can I get to 3 years? and then 5 years. The next target is 10 years. Yeah, it's definitely turned a corner, and it's been brilliant. All the hard work is paying off in terms of the reach that we now have, and the team that we now have, and the releases we're able to do. There's so much more we're able to do because of the size that the company is now, and that's really exciting. So yeah, yay, if we're so over it. Thank you to all of you guys for everything that you do, for all the comments you give us, for all the support, for following us, from buying our fabric, from coming on our classes, for everything, for talking to your friends about us. Like, the word of mouth that has become the kind of what surrounds us has become so powerful, and I'm so grateful for that. And thank you to all the Sew Over It team. They are amazing, and they all work so hard. Every single one works hard and is dedicated to the business and passionate about it, and that also makes me very happy. So yeah, and ending on a very, very good note. It's been a good year. Anyway, I hope whatever's left of your year is good and you enjoy celebrating 2017, or rather the start of 2017. Let's hope it's a good one for everybody, and wishing you all lots of happiness and success next year. And I will see you next week to share with you our secret plans.